Come on.
Science knowledge only adds to the excitement, the mystery, and the awe of a flower.
Evidence is evidence. It's public. Everybody can look at the evidence and assess it, and eventually, if there's enough evidence, come to the same conclusion.
For newcomers and old-timers alike, the Chloe Sanctuary hopes to give you insight into the health and happiness of your companion parrots. We hope to help you build happy homes using reliable and proven tools. The best homes are built on a rock-solid foundation. And the best foundation for a happy home is the bedrock of science. When we stand on the shoulders of giants, the scientists who have worked long and diligently to understand our companions, we can reach new heights of understanding. And understanding is the key to success. What does avian veterinary medicine have to tell us about our feathered friends? How can we prevent illness, see the signs of disease before it's too late, and care for our birds through ill health? What light does behavioral science shed on their nature, needs, and hopes? How can the tools of behavior shaping make our homes happier for us and our companions? How can we deal with biting, screaming, or other misbehavior? What is it like to live among parrots, let them roam around about you and share a life with them? How much freedom do you give them? What happens if you form a bond of trust with them? Watch and see what understanding their true nature can do for you. Come with us on a journey as we do more than examine a parrot's world. We live in it. Make some popcorn and bring in a few wood blocks. Let everyone have something to chew and a comfortable place to perch. Cockatude is a presentation of the Chloe Sanctuary for Parrots and Cockatoos, a nonprofit charity dedicated to the empowerment of captive parrots and public awareness.
A peachy girl in a peachy world. Hi, Peaches. She's a peachy girl in a peachy world. A peachy girl in a peachy world. Peachy girl in a peachy world. Peaches. Good morning. There you go. Breakfast. Breakfast for the Peaches. Let's give you your little bit of medicine. Just a little bit. You don't get much, just a taste. There you go. There's my girl. Good morning. Morning, Peaches. Peachy girl.
Every bird has its preferences. Peaches likes to be the first one out of her cage in the morning. If she's not the first, she will go to the back of her cage and act like she wants to step up, and then immediately go and play with a toy or just turn her tail towards you. Sometimes she will put her foot out, and when you put your finger up to it, she will then stroke her head. Who taught her to act like the fawns? I have no idea. If Peaches hasn't received the treatment she wants in the good morning routine, she may not eat. Finding the best way to feed her was not easy. It began by observation and experiment. When doing a quality of life assessment, I noted her limited neck movement. That's when I requested x-rays from Dr. Jenkins at the Avian and Exotic Animal Hospital in San Diego. The 6 fused vertebrae in her neck were clearly shown. We tend to label behaviors. Her first foster home with us, in the days when we had foster parents available, thought that she was just picky because she would only eat from green, shallow bowls. Observation, assessment, and x-rays showed the real reason for her choice of feeding bowl. Because of limited range of movement in her neck, she can't lift her head to eat comfortably. For this reason, all of her food bowls are lids from jars. Even with the anti-inflammatory medicine, meloxicam, it appears as if she still feels pain. It also explains why she sometimes will not eat, and sometimes she gets nippy and strikes out. The pain in her neck on those days is probably more pronounced. She gets a large array of food with her special treats interspersed. This is not like spoiling a child. I once worked with a gentleman who had lost his sight and his sense of taste. I asked him how he could eat if he couldn't taste his food. He responded, "I do it for the activity." In Peach's case, the idea that she must eat to stay alive is probably not in her mind. Rather, the sight and varied tastes of food draw her interest and tempt her to go from lid to lid eating. It's not unusual for her to lose interest in her food, and then she will dangle from the tray or climb down onto the floor. In those cases, she must be put in her cage to eat.
Sure about that. Where you going, Peach? What you doing, Peach? What you doing, Peach? What are you doing? What are you doing?
She gets Bob's Special Mash made fresh every day. Blueberries, raspberries, edamame, greens, yams.
Come on. Back up here.
And my own version of bird muffin. How long does it take for her to eat? The average mealtime is 2 hours. But she will eat all day long, a little here, a little there. It is important to note that it takes time to find ways to encourage them to live happier and more fulfilled lives. Many people have offered to adopt her, but as you will see by the end of this video, it is no easy job for anyone to see to all of her needs. It is not uncommon for people to make changes thinking that all of this extra fuss just isn't needed. I can only say that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Changes can be perilous and must be made with foresight and great care. About once every 2 weeks, I trim her nails. For this particular event, she puts on her drama queen hat. Why do I say this? Well, if you try to use the Dremel or clippers on her nails, she will use her beak to push you away. She will make lunging motions and pull her feet away. So if you plan to cut her nails, you will need to put a collar on her. You put it on as you would a dog collar. When trimming her nails, the easiest method is to use a set of clippers to cut off a tiny bit of the tip of each nail. While you do this, she tosses her body about as if she's playing Chicken Little at a children's playhouse and the world is coming to an end. Why do I call her a drama queen? Because she acts as if nothing happened when you're done. It's as if she just returned from her walk. She gets on a scale for her weight. She gets her physical exam. We show you how to do that in one of our videos. And then she gets a quick spray of water on her feathers.
Ta-da!
She's not terribly fond of being sprayed with water. But the drama is over when you're done.
Oh, that's a girl. Oh, what a great song. What a beautiful song.
The best way to catch health problems before disaster strikes is to do these daily chores. Weigh your bird. Check their poop to confirm that it is normal, that it has all three elements. It should have feces, URATES, which is the either white or almond colored liquid, and it should also have the clear urine. These should be in the same proportions. There will be some varying during the day. You're looking to see the average throughout the day. Sometimes the morning poop will be lavish. You'll have a whole bunch in the morning. Sometimes the morning poop will be scant. It depends on the bird, how much it's eaten the day before, what kind of food it's eaten. Be aware that certain foods will color the poop of a bird. For example, Peaches loves blueberries and raspberries and blackberries, and that turns her poop black. So you weigh your bird, you check their poop, and you do a quick physical on them every day. Most trouble can be avoided this way. While cleanup is going on, she gets a little playtime in her cage. She plays with her toys, goes down for a snack, takes a nap, or conspires secretly with Cecil, whose cage is next to hers. It seems sometimes that she's actually having a conversation with Cecil. Planning world domination, no doubt. Parrots do not belong in cages. Being in our world and imprinted on humans, most parrots will spend some part of their day in a cage. If we are creative and put fresh toys in every day, change their perches around occasionally to keep them interested, and pay attention to their behavior while in the cage, it should help to improve their happiness. Keeping the water and food fresh and the cage clean is important too. For example, Babaloo picked up the habit of playing with dried poop because there was a lack of toys in his earlier environment. Peach, you going on a walk, Peaches? What do you say? You going for a walk today? Peaches goes on a walk up to the mailbox with me. She loves going outside, looking at the sky all around. She enjoys being put close to flowers and trees. You have to be careful she doesn't eat them. They do eat flowers in the wild, but unless you know what's safe, I don't suggest that you do that. Peaches will say hello to anyone who drives or walks by. She has interesting conversations with strangers. Be careful, though, to keep a good hold on your parrots. There are those who would steal them given the chance. The aviator harness is one way to protect against such theft. Peaches, like most parrots, notices the hawks before I do. I have always wondered how a captive-bred cockatoo knows a predator without being told of their danger. It is easier to understand how they learn this in a flock environment. Keep them off your shoulders and close to your body whenever the threat of birds of prey are around. There is no dominance in parrot species. So there are no alpha males There is no pecking order. You'll find that in chickens, and you'll find that in some other birds, but parrots don't have this. They are territorial. They will protect their cage, and their mates, and their young. But, again, there is no dominance. Her walk is usually about 20 minutes long. Often she will pose for pictures for me when we find a particularly pretty flower for the background. Peaches examines the trees and the panorama of the sky with wide eyes. All birds need sunlight. All birds should be naturally in the wild. They need ultraviolet rays to help them make vitamin D. There are special lamps that provide this, but nothing beats the good old sun. Take care to never use any special UV lamp that is not specifically designed for birds. Reptile lamps could cause blindness.
Peachy girl in a peachy world. There you go, peachy girl in a peachy world.
After the walk, some of the birds come into the office, which doubles as a socialization room. Or should I say, wait a minute, reverse that. She has her own box right next to the computer. She has taken over most of the shelves on the rack next to the computer. She has toys and wood in her box, and she will pop up to make comments frequently. One of her favorite things to do is to help me answer the phone. I will generally answer it on the computer rather than picking up my iPhone. Once Peaches hears someone else's voice, she begins a conversation with them. Usually a combination of various forms of hello and "Come here, Peaches," or "I love you," "I love you too."
What you doing, Peach? You go get man the phone, Andrew.
The birds that are in the office while I work are the ones who tend not to destroy everything behind my back. The crazier members of the flock, such as Babaloo, come out later for movie time.
What you doing? What you doing? Are you having a good time playing? Are you? Oh, what a pretty girl. What a pretty girl. Yes, you are a pretty girl. Yes, you are. What a beautiful song. Is there a second verse? Oh, second verse, baby. Good girl. Oh, third verse. Oh, so good. Good girl. Oh,
Many people wonder just how they can get their birds out for a minimum of 3 hours a day. One way is to involve them in different projects that you need to do. It's a good way to spark your own creativity. One of these projects that Peaches gets involved in is supervising toy production. She loves to do this. If she's placed on the wooden pieces at the top of the toy making cart, she will chew a little, hang off the side of the cart and bounce up and down, or sing.
pretty.
Another joy in her life is sitting on a perch in the carport while I drill wooden parts. There's too much dust for her to be there while I'm cutting the wood, but that's okay. The drilling is the most time-consuming part. Of course, she loves to be a peach in the box during the early afternoon when I do work on the computer. Our time together in this way took some creativity to work out. There are expensive items within reach, and I do need to get up and check on the other birds regularly. So, be creative. You might find that you can fit those feathered companions into your life in the most unusual places. One of the logistics problems of getting the birds out for movie time is keeping the territory defenders from going after birds they consider a threat. Peaches, because of her handicap, is easily threatened and could easily be pushed off the couch. I will bring out a champion, as in the days of the old knights of the Round Table, to keep Chloe or Coco from such behavior. Cecil makes a good defender. He's her Sir Lancelot. And he stands guard over Peaches until all the birds are in the room, and I'm being the room monitor. Everyone has their own spot for movie time. Peaches will usually sit on my right side. There she will chew on craft sticks, woven palm fronds, Q-tips, and other toys. She rarely socializes with the other birds. I work on socializing her, and she works against it. She has her ways of asking me to pet her. She makes a certain face. She lifts up her foot. Once I've accepted my duty as her personal attendant, she will let me pet her for a while. Since she can't preen herself, it's my job. Eventually, she gets up on my chest. Petting a bird below the neck can lead to mate territoriality. Believe me, you don't want to be a bird's mate. They fiercely defend their mates in ways that humans often don't understand. You may be the one bitten if their mate territoriality leads them to warn you about someone else in the room. They may also attack someone who gets too close to you to protect you from an unwanted sexual advance, and you thought your friend just wanted to give you a hug. Nothing comes out of the blue. The uninitiated tend to think their bird has gone crazy when they do these behaviors that seem to come out of the blue. It all makes sense in the world of the parrot. It's not a world many people are privy to. So remember, petting your bird on the head is the only acceptable way to pet them, except under rare circumstances. Failure to follow this advice could lead you to misunderstand your bird. These kinds of misunderstandings rarely end well. This kind of group socialization, as we have in movie time, is good for all the birds. It's not an easy thing to orchestrate, yet the effort is well worth it.
Generally, the salamander, like when somebody wears the bill, What's up, Snowball? no, bump, no, bump, no, bump.
Peaches is usually the first bird out of the room. This is for the same reason that I bring Cecil in as her defender, or champion. It is to avoid territorial skirmishes. While dinner is being made, Peaches gets a little more cage time. Although she's relatively calm in this video, she quite often makes requests. She prefers to be in the kitchen at night when I'm working. This isn't possible when the temperatures are high outside, since there is no air conditioning in the kitchen. She has her dinner in the cage at night, because she tends to flip over her bowls and throw her food around if she is in the kitchen after it gets dark outside. All the birds have their own special night cages. Having more than one cage lessens territoriality, and it gives them different surroundings to look forward to. If they become frightened at night, what we call a night fright, the smaller cages help to prevent wing injury. During such incidents, they tend to thrash around. These can last for many hours, and you must take the bird out and keep it calm.
Every bird has a little something different, and with Peaches, she tends to take her food and toss these bowls over and out of her cage. Now, if something happened, then she could starve to death. If something happened to me and nobody got here for a day or two, anything's possible, right? So her dishes, which are low because she can't raise her head very well, are these little lids, but they also have Velcro that I've attached to them. So what that makes is, so what that does is makes it so that if she wants to throw her food out of her cage, she's going to have to do it piece by piece. That doesn't mean she won't do that. She does on occasion throw her food on the floor. But she's less likely to because she can't do it in one quick jerk on the lid. So I attach those down. Now, the other thing is, below her is Snowball. And what Snowball will do is, if this isn't latched across, if this little hook doesn't go up here and seal this off, what Snowball will do is he will kick this out of the way. He will reach up with his feet and knock these on the floor, trying to get them, because he likes to play with lids. So this keeps Snowball from knocking her food out and getting this tray out of here. So it's off to get Peaches for her good night tonight. Peachy girl. Peachy girl. Well, hello, Peaches. You're a great Peaches. And I love my little Peaches oh so much. Peaches! You're a good girl. You're a sweet girl. Yes, you are. Okay, Peach. Now let's get you up in here. And Dad's got to put your water in still. And she gets two. She does get up on the perch and she can reach this. That's low enough. And the other one she gets is this shallow one. It goes over by her food. She gets a few little toys in here. Most of the birds don't need any toys in their cages at night. And Dr. Jenkins doesn't think it's necessary to put toys in their night cages. But with her, I do. And I also do that with Sugar. Right, baby? Right? She doesn't try to get out, but I have this one little hook right here. Which any other night I put that on. All it does is hold the latch down in a low position so she won't lift it and get out. If she's in a small cage, the reason she's in such a small cage is If she does fall, she's had night frights before, she's not falling very far. Are you, Peach? Are you, Peaches? Yes, my Peaches. Can you sing me a song? A good night song? Oh, please. Very good, Peaches. Very good. Is there another verse? Oh, that's a beautiful song, Peaches. Another verse? Oh, good girl. That's my good night song. Thank you. Oh, well, I don't really care for the crying baby thing, but you know I like the Peachy song. That song. Good night, Peaches.
Good night, everybody. See you in the morning. And good night. Peaches is an amazing personality. Her daily maintenance requires dedication and mindfulness. She requires 2 forms of medicine, 7-course meals, and effort to entice her to eat, extensive preening by a human every day, special tools to trim nails, constant attention to her vocalizations, daily walks, and twice-yearly checkups due to the possibility of impacted feather follicles and the nature of her spinal injuries. And she also requires many little things that are hard to enumerate in a video like this. It seems a common misconception among the general public that parrots are like toys in a toy box. We bird people know better. You can take them out when you want and play with them and put them back in their cage when you're done. Nothing could be further from the truth. They are complex creatures. Recent scientific studies have shown them to be at least as intelligent as chimpanzees. One study showed that parrots have more neurons in their forebrains than most mammals. Not only do they have more of these, but these are specialized in the area of higher intelligence. Studies using functional magnetic resonance, fMRIs, anatomical studies, problem-solving behavior studies, not to mention Dr. Irene Pepperberg's studies with African greys, and many more, have given the term bird brain a new meaning. These living dinosaurs have mental powers we're just beginning to recognize. Every captive parrot needs special humans who will dedicate themselves to understanding them. Those who know the species as it lives in the wild, special people that understand their social, mental, and physical needs. They need to be understood for what they are, and not as merely human companions, as circus performers to bring smiles. Thanks for watching. And Peaches says, "Come here, Peach." See you next time. We welcome your feedback on our videos. We look forward to your insights, tips, questions, stories, and pictures. You can email us at cockatude@chloesanctuary.org, reach us on Twitter @ChloeSanctuary, and join with us on our Facebook Chloe Sanctuary page.
Science knowledge only adds to the excitement, the mystery, and the awe of a flower.
We hope you will consider supporting us on Patreon today. This is how it works. We produce up to 2 videos a month. As a patron, you pledge to give us a donation, whatever you feel is right and meets your budget. And Patreon gives us your gift monthly. You can easily set a limit on how much you donate a month. You can change the amount of your pledge at any time. Your gift will allow us to continue bringing you entertaining and informative videos. Some of our planned videos are home exams, how to do a home exam quickly, efficiently, and properly. Early detection saves lives. A new paradigm, what it means to be a parrot owner. an interview with Dr. Jeffrey Jenkins of the Avian and Exotic Animal Hospital, who is training home, behavior training, and how to empower your bird to make good choices in our world. As a patron, you can also choose to be in the producer's circle, the director's circle, or the advisor's circle. Each donation level has benefits. You can find out about these on our Patreon page at patreon.com/Chloe Sanctuary. We look forward to your participation in Cockatude. If you are enjoying our videos, we hope that you can find it in your heart to support our work. It costs between $25,000 to $30,000 a year to care for our flock of heartbroken and abused birds. Most of our birds came with feather destructive disorder. Even a basic exam with blood work costs $300. Medical emergencies cost us thousands a year. We are a non-profit, and donations are tax-deductible to the full extent of the law. We need your support. Birds deserve a happy and healthy life. Become our patron at www.patreon.com/Chloe Sanctuary to support us on a per-video basis, or donate at our webpage today.